station, its parent, affiliated, or related entities, agents, or employees.
Welcome to the Chip Matthews Show, where politics meets the South. So grab your sweet tea, find a comfortable spot to sit back, and let's embark on this journey together.
Oh, yeah! And good Monday morning, 9 o'clock, our regular hour here on the Chip Matthews Show, normally featuring Taylor Turcotte, who is still on assignment. And what it is she's out beating the streets, getting ready for an election, which all of us should be getting ready for the election. I'm going to spend most of my time every day this week talking about the upcoming election so that we won't hire people, or rather not hire them, vote for people to be in office who don't do their jobs. We're not talking about the state legislature today who have not done the budget, who have not brought back the ballot initiative, who have not done their job. Waiting on a special session, waiting on that overtime paycheck. Yep, that's what it is. And, you know, I'm sitting here and I'm going, we got to get people to vote. We got to get better people on the ballot. We got to primary people. When people don't do their job, you need to primary them. But right now, you're only stuck right now in the city elections with who is on the ballot. You can't find somebody else. So you got to find the best of what is there. You got to know the issues. Like in Canton, we have a situation with one person on the ballot who is an ex-school teacher being backed by a bunch of lawyers who are only hoping to be the city attorney and the school board attorney and this, that, and the other, because Canton is going to be flushed with cash coming from Amazon and everybody. Yeah, that super site is going to send money into the school district and into the city. It is time to rebuild Canton and be like Oxford, Mississippi, not let somebody come in and steal the money. So, you know, there's a guy, Tim Taylor, running on that Democratic ticket that I'd like to see win. And this other person who has issues needs to roll on off into the sunset and just, I mean, I'm sorry she didn't have a job for 10 years because she cheated on test scores in Canton and helped prop people up to where they would have a C instead of an F. But Canton, the school system, they need to take it over. It's just not that, or we need to close it down, one or the other. The other thing I want to talk about is in Jackson, Mississippi, you've got to make sure you're getting rid of Chokeway. And we're going to go through in Canton. Everybody can vote in this primary because there is no Republican on the ballot till June. So this is this runoff is everybody can go vote. In Hinds County, what you need to be concerned about is if you voted Republican in the primary, you have to vote Republican again. And a little over 900 of you did. In the Democratic primary, if you voted in the Democratic primary, you have to vote the Democrat again. If you did not vote at all, which I'm talking to the mass majority of you, I'm talking about the 80% that don't show up to vote, but are some of the best complainers in the state. The other 80%, you can go vote. You can vote Republican or Democrat if you did not vote at all in the first primary, because this is the runoff to the primary, and you can make a decision. And what we need to do is practice and make the numbers go up. But y'all know traditionally, after the first election, they go down. And in this election, we'll have another election in June where you have the Republican, the Democrat, and the independents. And in Canton and in Jackson, if someone doesn't get 50 votes plus one in the general, there will be another runoff. So candidates have to be able to get their people out 4 times. Candidates have to work a little harder in this election, or those people that cheat, they're going to be working real hard to get what they want, the results they're looking for. So be very aware of all of these things. Voting is important. And also, since we're talking about your life, remember it's Easter week, and you better go to church this Sunday. You need to go to church this Sunday to get you back in the habit, because the two things we don't do anymore in America or Mississippi is we don't go to church, and we don't go to vote. Don't go to church. We don't go to vote. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Are y'all going to just sit there and not be concerned about these things? Are you going to sit there and just complain? I mean, a lot of people got out and voted for Trump. Trump's doing what you want. He's making it happen. And, some people are acting like it didn't happen fast enough. And y'all all watch the stock market and this, that, and the other. There's all kind of stuff going on. He's working to stop the war, and he's talking to two people that want to make sure that they've got the best position they can be in with the war. I mean, and they keep bombing each other. Sooner or later, you got to throw your hands up and say, let it go. Let it go. That'd be, let it go, let it go, let it go. That's, what is their name? Fred. That's Fred. Oh, Cowboy Mouth. Yeah. But anyway, we got to get better politicians. Like, for instance, in Madison County, I just can't let this go. The supervisors order employees to take lie detector tests over a missing $3,000. Yes, I want them to find that $3,000. But what I would really want more than anything else in the world, and it would be something special in my Easter basket. I mean, I guess you put gifts in Easter baskets. Is if they were to make the supervisors or the supervisors volunteered to all go on the lie detector test on the $2.7 million that they lost and know where it went, and keep saying they don't know how to get it. They keep saying we got this back and that back, but they had nobody been. No, we didn't check to see how that could have happened. We didn't lie detector anybody there, And also I see in this when they actually suspended one person rather than 3 people with pay. They suspended one with pay. They took 2 people off the list, and when they took them off the list, my next question to you is, why were they deleted? Nepotism? Because I mean, that runs wild in the county. Everybody in the county, a lot of them were hired by the person that's been in office for 40 years and the person that's been in office for 36 years. And then there's another one that's been in there. I guess he's probably been in there 5 terms, 6 terms, maybe. But anyway, they just don't do things in a fair and proper, logical way. I would think that a person passed a lie detector test here, they would have a lawsuit against the county then, because they were ordered to take one. And then we all know that lie detectors tests aren't even admissible evidence in court. They're not proven. I mean, that's just smoke and mirrors. That's just somebody doing smoke and mirrors to make us believe that they're doing something about something. And we all know they do nothing about nothing. Politicians need to get very clear and very precise. And I hope things continue over the next year and a half with Donald Trump in cleaning everything up, clean up every state. I mean, we need to doge it all. And, it's like in this state, we also have that problem. A lot of y'all may not realize that. We know that we had the big TANF money thing, the $1 million that was stole there. The federal government wants that back now. And they want us to pay it back because we had officials who were elected, who put people in charge of stuff, who did not take care of our stuff. And that is our fault. So, and it falls back on the people because we've elected the people who put the people in place to put the people in place. Does that make sense? I understand the chain of command, but the chain of command always comes back to the voter, and it's all the voter's fault from the beginning. So we always pay. So we got to do a better job of putting people in office. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right here on the Chip Matthews Show on WYAB.
Tri-County Tree Service, the Jackson Metro's premier company to handle all of your tree service needs. Russ Borland and his team specialize in large tree, low-impact removal. Tri-County Tree Service has the right equipment to safely handle the most technical trim jobs or tree removals. Storm damage can happen year-round, so let them clean it up and they'll deal with your insurance claim. Tri-County Tree Service, by phone at 601-TREE-GUY or online at tricotreeservice.com. That's tricotreeservice.com.
Yazoo Valley Electric Power Association wants you to stay away from downed power lines. Downed power lines carry the risk of deadly electric shock, even if the broken wire is not sparking. If a wire is crossing a road or driveway, avoid the area and keep others away. If you see a downed power line, back away and call your utility company or 911. When you call, be prepared to provide the specific address or location of the downed power line so a repair crew can get there as quickly as possible. This safety message brought to you by Yazoo Valley Electric Power Association.
I'm Sean Yurtkaron, and I've spent nearly 20 years in the courtroom, first as a prosecutor in Hinds County, now fighting for my clients as a defense attorney. I know how the system works, and I know how to protect your rights. If you're facing criminal charges, don't wait. Call me at 601-862-1320 or visit me at onetextlaw.com. That's onetextlaw.com. Serious cases need serious defense. And remember, just because you did it doesn't mean you're guilty. Let's get to work.
Dr. Mike Stonington here from Stonington Farm Grass-Fed Beef. We are grass-fed and grass-finished beef. No hormones, no antibiotics, no grain, no broad spraying of herbicides or pesticides. And never, I mean never, do we use mRNA vaccines. We are 100% local and 100% Mississippi. Our calves are born in Mississippi, raised on Stonington Farm, and processed in Mississippi. Contact us at StoningtonFarm.com. That's StoningtonFarm.com with 2 N's. We are the grass-fed difference.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Cork and Door Company has been providing quality residential garage and commercial overhead door products to Mississippians for over 50 years. Cork and Door is a supplier of garage door parts and services such as LiftMaster, commercial and residential door operators, as well as Clopay, sectional commercial and residential doors, Asta, commercial sheet and rolling steel doors, and Cornell, rolling steel and shutters, with many in stock for the same-day pickup. CorkandDoor.com. That's CorkandDoor.com.
Hi, this is Lee Atkins for Home Care Plus Medical in Ridgeland, announcing our Mother and Father's Day sale beginning April 2nd. All Pride lift chairs will be $300 to $500 off suggested retail pricing as our Atlanta Braves fan special. So come in, mention you're looking for the Braves special, and we will help you select the best lift chair for you or your loved one. That's right, the Pride lift chair, $300 to $500 off MSRP. Many other items are on special pricing right now as well. So come see us at Home Care Plus Medical in Ridgeland.
The weather is heating up and the deals are even hotter at Mazda of Jackson. Right now at Mazda of Jackson, you can drive home your dream Mazda with low financing rates available. 2.9% for 72 months on most models, or finance 36 months and pay just 0.9%. That's right, 0.9%. Experience Mazda's exhilarating performance, top-notch safety, and reliability. It's time to choose Mazda. Shop online at MazdaofJackson.com or visit Mazda of Jackson, I-55 Frontage Road in Jackson.
If you want the best health care, where do you go? The Mayo Clinic. If you want the best care for your vehicle, where do you go? Mayo Auto Clinic in Raymond. Mayo Auto Clinic does foreign and domestic vehicles and diesel repair. Mayo Auto Clinic has ASE certified techs with over 25 years of experience. You can extend the life of your car or truck when you take it to Mayo Auto Clinic. For cost-effective repairs and maintenance, go to the best Mayo Auto Clinic. Open weekdays at 7 a.m. Highway 18 in Raymond.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
Yes, I am Chip Matthews. And here we are back on the Chip Matthews Show here on WYAB. Oh, just had a call from Chris Hinkle. He's been filling in a lot lately. Our watchman on the wall. No, is he the watchman on? No, he's the I forgot what he goes by. But remember, coming up at 10 o'clock, it is the real man, the guy in charge, the guy that knows it all, the guy that can tell you and connect the dots on everything going on in the world, around the world, through history and through time and through now. Yes, Jameson Haygood with the Good Fight. And he's your watchman on the wall. And then of everything going on, then the other guy, Chris Hinkle, he would be the agent on the wall, former FBI agent. He may be former, he may be working undercover just to come after all of us. I don't know. Been trying to figure out how this radio station is number one in the market, and how can people like Clay and Chip and even Sean Yurkaron and Lindsay and Jameson and then don't forget Radio Strongman, Kim Wade. How can they be all of this and all of that? Well, we're on the air telling the truth. He's the G-man on the wall, by the way. And and I mean, he's working undercover, try to figure it all out here. That's what I've decided. That's what he's up to. And then I'd like to say hello to all the FBI agents who come in nightly at Acme Pizza and sit down and talk and play undercover cop. But anyway, just kidding. If you got something on your mind in the morning, just go ahead and call us. But the other side of that is I just don't understand how much longer we are going to deal with people telling us what's going on in the world. I mean, we've got someone's already responded to the guy that called me in my first hour, 6 to 7 a.m. this morning, about the incident that occurred on a bus with and people not wanting to prosecute the assault. And it was a 10-year-old on an 8-year-old, and it was a sexual assault on a bus, and allegedly. And we only can go by what we heard. But then the other side of that is they said that the bus was a special needs bus that had a watcher on the bus along with a driver. Well, for God's sakes, what's the person that's watching doing? I mean, if it went on the bus, you're supposed to be keeping up with what's going on the bus. And I understand it was a 30-minute assault. And I'm going, wow. So we need to figure out what's going on there. And they said that you can't sue another kid and you can't go, and it's not really the parents' fault. What do you mean it's not really the parents' fault? That makes no sense to me. But that's that. And it's another good day out there on the world. And we're going to get this all figured out, put together. But supervisors taking money, supervisors not taking money, county officials. Y'all got Chotway getting ready to run for office, and he thinks he's got this figured out. Kamala coming back for the Democrats. Come on, people. We need to wake up and take care of everybody. Bus monitors don't do anything. I drove a school bus for 9 years. All they do is sleep on the bus. Thanks, Mike Gober. But anyway, I'm glad to see people checking in. But when we're out there in the world and we're trying to figure out what's going on in our world, and we don't do anything to fix our world, it is our fault. And it's going to sound like I'm repetitive motion this week. Got to go to church. Got to get involved with the church. Got to start believing in good things and good people. Got to start believing in the police and the fire department and all these people that go out to do good for us. They dress up and do it. We need to take care of our soldiers. We need to take care of, everybody, first responders, need to take care of our neighborhood, need to take care of our neighbors. We need to be watching everybody doing everything. You look in Canton, there's so much corruption going on, and they're fixing to have all this money come in. It's the best time in the world for Canton to negotiate with Madison County and close the Canton School District, is what I believe. And when you do it, property values go up, and things will happen that will be good. There'd be enough money laying around to build a school out by Deerfield. Probably need a high school out that way. Probably need another one out toward Flora, one on 16, one on 43, because those areas are growing. Any way you look at it. I mean, when they built Germantown, all it did was get bigger. It filled up. Everything is full. Canton schools aren't full, and that's because we in Canton are basically a retirement community and don't admit it, and our people are reading better, but they're not acting better. So we got to work on the culture of Canton. We got to work on the culture of Jackson. And the way we work on the culture is we start with what we see. And what you see in your area, when you look around, that's what you got to fix. That's all you're responsible for, is what you can see in your area. How about that? Wouldn't that be easy? It's just like if we were cleaning up after a tornado. This is the best analogy I've heard lately. When they blow the whole town away, the only place to start is where you're standing. That's where you start. Fix yourself, start fixing everything around you, because the world is a great place. We all love to be here. We all want to go to heaven. Some of us will, some of us won't. My future is in heaven. That's where I'm going. Now, with that said, my question to you is, where are you going? Are you going to continue to live in hell? Because while you're here, you need to correct what's going on around you. You need to live a better life. You can have a better life if you work at a better life. Sitting at home and crying about the world and crying about things that can't get done, and I'm getting cheated on this and cheated on that, and the police are doing me wrong, and I get pulled over for, I only had a tag that was out of date, but no, I didn't have my insurance card either. No, I didn't have my this. No, I didn't have my that. No, it wasn't my fault. It's always your fault. It's your fault when you don't fix what you have going on in your world. And that's that. You got to fix it. You've got to fix what goes on in your world. Now, the way that's done is every 4 years we vote. Okay. Now, if y'all have time in the next week or two while we're talking, we need to start calling the governor's mansion every day and say, I know you're going to have a special session because you got to fix the budget, and you're allowed to put another item or two in there, but they only can meet on specific things in a special session. So what we ought to do is we ought to put into the special session, okay, how to spend our money. Okay. That's what we need, the budget. And why don't you go ahead and give the people back their ballot initiative? And what about giving them a right to recall politicians? Because if we could recall politicians every time we got into a way where we didn't like someone, we could get rid of them. And nothing wrong with that. If we get rid of them, but they have got it locked down now to where you cannot get rid of a politician. And then when they announce, and I mean, a lot of people don't realize that. I know because I keep up with it. A lot of people don't know when to sign up to run for office. And on this radio station, if you ever hear me on the air, I'll always remind you when you sign up to run. But like, for instance, those people thinking about running for Congress against Benny Thompson down the road, you have to get your stuff together now. It's now. No, you don't sign up now. But if you're going to run against Benny, it's every 2 years. And Benny's on his Benny tour going through the 30 counties he has, trying to make sure that all those Democratic mayors get reelected in all those cities, or whatever they do. because in his area, he's got to keep the blight. He's got to keep everybody beat down. He's got to keep everybody in a situation to where he is in control of his 30 counties. And Delbert's going to probably give him a few more soon, because that's what he does. I mean, they closed a perfectly good conservative district to give it to Benny. That's what they did. Benny runs everything from the Tennessee line to the Louisiana line, 55, everything west of 55. And then he's got 4 counties on the other side. And those are the areas where the Republican Party needs to work on building their party in each and every county and get out and help get the votes in place. And that's it. That's it. And let's see, let's see what here. In order for Flora to have a high school, there needs to be near to equal white-black students. This is why the bus black students from Florida Madison Central, I think Madison County has met the DOJ orders. I agree with all of that. But I also think if DEI is a thing and equality is a thing, I mean, make up your mind. I think black and white is over. I think that's over. People, I think if you actually went by, but I think using race to decide where you go to school and this, that, and the other, you go where it's sort of like voting. You vote where you live, you go to school where you live. That makes sense. Now, if your school doesn't offer something, then I think school choice would be good for you to be able to move somewhere else if the other school could take you. But the reality is, if we just had somebody at the top in Canton to run the school district, it would be great. Now I know. Now I'll tell you this, Micah Gober. If they didn't do what they do with the Florida students, taking them to Madison Central, that football team would lack a little. Just letting you know. You know, you need everybody to make a good football team. The more students you have, the better, more you got to pick from. That's just plain math. But anyway, we'll be back. We'll talk about all of this and much, 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 much more right here on the Chip Matthews Show here on WYAB.
Shepard has cleared the tower. A Blue Origin rocket carrying a group of 6, including our own Gail King, got off the ground in Van Horn, Texas, for a historic all-female trip to space. CBS's Peter King.
It looked like just a beautiful textbook flight for New Shepard and for this crew aboard the RSS Carmen line.
11 minutes later, their capsule floated back to Earth. Gail kissed the ground as her bestie Oprah cheered and wept nearby.
I just can't believe it. I still can't believe it. It's oddly quiet when you get up there. It's really quiet and peaceful. And you look down at the planet and you think, that's where we came from?
She says her fellow astronaut, Katy Perry, sang.
She sang, what a wonderful world. I see trees. Oh, yes, yes, yes.
CBS News Special Report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Health has always been reactive, focused on fixing problems as they happen. But with Blue Primary Care, we're taking a proactive approach, working with you to help you understand your health and empowering you to be healthy. It's time to prioritize you, your health, and your life. The results? Less worrying and more living. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi. It's good to be blue.
Your pie and Gluckstadt is adding to the family. No, not like that. It's the new Pizza Shop sandwiches, like the Italian featuring pepperoni, ham, bacon, black olives, feta, mozzarella, red onion, and that secret ingredient,
oregano. You mix in something called oregano. Oh, oregano.
Some tasty chicken creations, too, like the chicken bacon ranch served with house-made jalapeno ranch. And as always, express your inner pizza, too. Your Pie Gluckstadt, across from Germantown High School.
I'm David Frederick, owner of Frederick Sales and Service in Brandon. I'm here to tell you that it's the best time to buy a new Exmark zero-turn mower. With unmatched quality of cut, ease of operation, and low maintenance, it's no wonder why Exmark is the #1 choice of landscape professionals. With sizes starting at 42 inches and 0% financing available, we have an Exmark zero-turn for all size lawns. Frederick Sales and Service in Brandon. Come by my store and see why Fredericks has been leading the way and serving you for 30 years since 1993.
Pops Auto Sales on Highway 49 in Florence is where you come to buy quality cars, trucks, and SUVs. Priced to fit your budget. At Pops Auto, we specialize in trucks. From four-wheel drives to diesels, our satisfied repeat buyers know Pops has one of the largest truck inventories for any independent dealer, period. Browse Pops inventory at popsautosalesllc.com and get pre-approved for a zero down payment with approved credit, with warranties and service contracts available. Pops Auto Sales, your home for trucks. Highway 49 South in Florence.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
And we're back here on a Monday, getting the new week started, and it is a religious week. It is, we had Palm Sunday, and now we're moving along here, and we're going through the motions here, and we're going to be Christian-like, and we're going to do the right things. That's what we're going to do, and we're going to go to church on Sunday, and then the following Tuesday, we're going to vote in person. But for now, you got to vote absentee if you're going to vote. And if you're going to save Jackson, which Clay's been working on that real hard, Kim Wade is working on that too. But for now, it's a Democratic primary in Jackson and in Canton. There's a Republican primary in Jackson. If you voted in the primary in those parties, if you're a Democrat and you voted in the Democrat, and if you're a Republican, voted in a Republican, you can't cross over in the election on following Tuesday. But if you didn't vote at all, which that means I'm talking to the most of you, 80% of you who don't get out and vote, don't go to get out and do anything. You don't get out and spend your money. You don't do nothing. Sit at the house and complain. You can go vote. Yes, you can go vote Democrat or Republican. And in Canton, we didn't have a Republican primary, so you can all go vote Democrat. Let's get everybody out. Let's get everybody out and get you involved in voting. I'm not going to tell you who you should vote for until June. In June, it's me in Canton. The Chip Matthews Show will be live in Canton at the mayor's office if I can win. And then, of course, Kim Wade for Jackson, Mississippi. That's the guy. That is the guy. But you got to get through all the junk first, okay? And the junk is the politicians. You got two politicians who have been politicians for a while, and they've done absolutely nothing to improve conditions in Jackson. But they're the two Democrats. You got to pick the lesser of two evils between the two Democrats on the ballot. And those Democrats on the ballot are John Horn and what's that guy's name? Chokwe Lumumba. Yeah. He will be gone because I believe John can pull it off. I believe John Horn will pull that off. But once again, you're hiring someone who has become a part of the system. He's been in office for a while, and he hadn't done much, but he wants to come to the city and do miracles. When you've been at the state house for a while and can't do miracles, heck, he's a part of the same group that couldn't figure out how to do the budget. Something about math and doing the budget, deciding who's going to have what money and what money. See, that's the problem. The budget only didn't get done because, one, the federal government has asked for their $1 million back. Okay. Plus, they didn't want to fund all these programs that we have in Mississippi. I mean, Mississippi sends this government $1, and for every dollar we send, we get $2.48 back. They're tired of paying our way. Trump is tired of everybody who drags down the government. And you drag down the government, that's why we have a few $1 trillion deficit. What I would love to see the United States House do is go, this is how much money we have, and only spend this much money. I know it doesn't work that way. Not with Congress. We got too many extra people we have. We're going to have to borrow some money and move over the top. That's why we're wound up so far in debt. But if you quit spending, that's a yawn on the radio. If you quit spending the money that you don't have, then you can get everything under control. It's that simple. And governments don't seem to understand that. Like, for instance, when I become the mayor of Canton, I will spend only what we have. And then I will get production out of the people that we have. It's like, for instance, as I look out here in the county, out here in Florida, looking back, this Mr. Banks, Supervisor Banks, you need to get somebody over here to cut this grass. I know we got people in the grass department. I know grass gets cut in Madison, grass gets cut in Ridgeland, but grass don't get cut when you get Gluckstadt and north of Gluckstadt coming into Canton and going out toward Florida. It just doesn't get cut like it gets cut everywhere else, and you have to manage the trees. And like, for instance, these ditches that used to carry water when I was a kid and carries it out of the area. Y'all sit there and say we need a flood control plan. How about get the trees out of the ditches? How about get the trees out of the waterways where water is supposed to be leaving? These are, y'all, they make me look like a genius because they're so stupid. I don't understand it. I look like a genius because they're stupid and they don't understand that ditch didn't used to have trees in it. I mean, come on, people. Let's figure it out. Let's figure out what needs to be done in order to make our world better. And, you look at those craters in Jackson that people hang out in, and I'm fixing to go around Canton, and I'm going to start putting up videos about the bad things in Canton. I'm just going to put them out, underscore where you'll see them. The biggest thing would be to go in and just take a picture of the mayor's office and the mayor sitting in there. That's the worst thing that ever happened to Canton. He's still in there. He needs to go away. But, we have a bad framework, bad foundation. Canton, Jackson. So you need to be thinking about your supervisor, your race. You need to think about supervisors. That's a year away too. But you need to think about your people that are running your city, your aldermen, your councilmen, and you need to make sure that you improve that, because improvement there will help the top spot. Because these people, if you ever found anybody with backbones and balls, you could take on these mayors of these different cities when they get in charge. I think I need to just find a place to open up and call it political backbone and balls, and see how many legislators we can get in there to get some. Because that's what we need. Need somebody to stand up and say the truth. The truth will set you free, people. If you went to church, maybe you'd learn that. But that is the reality. That is the reality. We've got to get stronger with our government, to our government. The people It all is one big circle. It starts with the people, and they'll say, well, you elected them. Okay, well, then you elected them, and then you can't get rid of them for 4 years. You're stuck with them. And they say, you're the one that put me here, and I made the mistakes, but you're the one that put me here, and I voted the way you wanted me to. No, you didn't vote the way I wanted you to, but you voted for me, so you voted for that. No, that, you see what I'm saying? It's a never-ending story of it's all on the people. It's all our fault. Well, if it's our fault, when it's time to be our fault, right now is a time when you can fix your cities. Next time it'll be the counties, and then again the state, and then the federal government. Okay, federal government, we didn't have a problem. We fixed that. We fixed who should be in office in Washington. Now, coming back to those state people that have gone to Washington, if they're going to vote for things like USAID and stuff, they're the next problem. And there's a bunch of, you got 5 representatives and 2 senators. And if they don't do what they challenge the current president, who is doing a great job, in my opinion, and they need to be listening to what he wants done and what he needs to get done. But no, we got a bunch of people who want to second guess. And then speaking of guests, he helped put together the J6 committee. And, and he's on that committee, and it seems like at times he's in lockstep with Benny Thompson. And Benny Thompson has half the state, 30 counties of the state, 82 counties in the state, 5 people in charge, and he's got 30 of them. That math don't work, people. That math don't work because, it just doesn't. It does not work. And then, of course, we're finding out that people have cheated for years on the census and this, that, and the other. They actually say that Mississippi reported a smaller number. It wasn't Mississippi's fault, but the numbers were messed with to where Mississippi wouldn't gain its 5th seat back. Which, if we had our 5th seat back, we'd automatically have our ballot initiative back. And we need our ballot initiative back. We need a recall on the ballot. So coming up in this special session, we need to I'm going to get you a telephone number. We're going to put it up on the website. We're going to see if we can get people to start calling the governor's. We'll just call the governor's office and say, would you please put the ballot initiative on the ballot when you call the special section? That way they can get some work done. And then it also puts them in a bad situation because they got to approve one. They got to put it back in place. Then we, the people, can help them. Because when we helped them last time, because they didn't want to deal with medical marijuana, they didn't want to be that guy. What happened? The people voted marijuana won, and then they took that power away from you. Then the only other initiative I remember before that one, where the people voted, we voted on the state flag. We got our state flag. They said, oh, you've made a mistake, and they took it away from us. And that's the deal here is, if it's the people's fault that you're in office, then the people have to change that. But when you people that are in office decide that the people are wrong, that's not your place. That is not your place. The people are always right. We were right when we put you in office because we were listening to what was coming out of your mouth. What we needed to do was turn around and listen to what was coming out of the other end, because that is what you've been doing. So let's take a break. We'll be back. Wrap this thing up on a Monday here on the Chip Matthews Show. Remember, Jameson Haygood is up next. Remember, Jameson Haygood is up next.
1039 WYAB.
Malone is a company in motion, striving daily to improve the way the roofing industry operates and is perceived. a leader in commercial and residential roofing, metal walls, and maintenance. Malone means the highest quality materials delivered with expertise workmanship from acclaim or construction. At Malone, you found your roofing and metal walls partner. Malone has proven for generations there is nothing we can't accomplish. Protecting people and what matters to you. More info at ecmalone.com.
Craving something extraordinary in Jackson? Manship Restaurant is where your taste buds hit the jackpot. Join us for happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. where your wallet will thank you and your stomach will sing. Indulge in half-price wood-fired pizzas because why pay full price for half the fun? And for just $5, dive into our private barrel bourbon picks. That's right, luxury on a budget. Plus, beat the heat with our frozen drink specials, a tropical escape without the travel expenses. Make your way to the Manship where happy hour isn't just a time, it's an experience.
Hey, this is John with MES. That's Mississippi Energy Services. We sell, service, and install all makes and models of home and business generators. One thing that we do different than a lot of other companies is we do all the work ourselves. We don't use subcontractors. We go from the original estimate, the design, to the final product. That way we can control the quality of the job from the beginning to the end. We are online at msenergy.us.
Hello, I'm Gary Jolly from the Tractor Store. LS Tractor understands your passion for the land, and just like you, LS Tractor is committed to excellence and superior products. LS Tractor comes with a long list of standard features that are unmatched by other brands and backed with the LS commitment to provide exceptional customer service and satisfaction. You get a lot more for your money with the LS Tractor. Come to the Tractor Store in Richland to experience the LS difference. The Tractor Store in Richland.
If you don't see the rock, you better keep on rolling.
Ken here with Rapid Oil Change. Do you drive a vehicle under a fleet program? Let Rapid Oil Change help. We specialize in local and national maintenance programs. With parts in stock for most makes and models, our goal is to minimize fleet downtime. Contact us at 601-919-8474.
Rapid Oil Change, where you should be going. If you don't see the rock, you better keep on rolling.
When you feel like your business is drowning in paperwork and compliance issues, it's time to call People Lease. Let People Lease take care of the busy work so that you can save valuable time and focus on what really matters, growing your business. People Lease is based in Ridgeland, so you're always dealing with local professionals who will actually understand your business and its needs. Join thousands of satisfied clients who trust People Lease to simplify their employee administration. Visit peoplelease.com. That's peoplelease.com to learn more.
Why don't you mind your own business?
Mind my own business? What's that supposed to mean?
No, I was just thinking about all of the news of tax changes, insurance changes, regulations that are being passed down to business owners. I don't have the time to keep growing and to keep up with changing payroll regulations.
I know. It seems like all I do is handle employee-related problems.
You know, I hear People Lease can help.
How can they help?
People Lease can handle our payroll, taxes, employee benefits, and workers' compensation. They even offer an affordable and customizable 401k program and a 24/7 online human resources support center for all my HR needs.
Think of all the time we'll save letting People Lease handle our payroll and benefits administration. I'll be busy growing my business and letting People Lease take care of the rest.
Sounds like a good business plan with People Lease.
Let People Lease mind your business so you can mind your own business. Call now 601-987-3025. That's 601-987-3025. Or visit freepayrollquotes.com for your free quote.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
And we're back here to wrap things up on a Monday here on the Chip Matthews Show. As I look outside, y'all, it's going to be a perfect day today. And I want you to get out. And if you can absentee vote today, go absentee vote. So what can you use for an excuse? Well, if you're retired, you can go vote absentee. Okay. And that's retired 65. Okay. Then if you are not going to be in town tomorrow, or I mean, not tomorrow, but on election day, next Tuesday, you can go vote. If you have an excuse, or you don't think let's say you're going on vacation, you can go vote this week and you're not going to be in town. So on election day, so you can go vote. There's nothing that will keep you from voting right now other than you. So get up and go vote. Then think about going to church on Sunday. Make everybody happy here. But let's make the preachers happy. Let's make the politicians happy. Get out and vote. Get out and go to church. That's that. Looking online here, I see Ricky Gray. Hello, Ricky Gray. I see you're agreeing with some of the stuff I said. They are stupid, dumb, and trash. Yes, we're talking about our government, our elected people, the people we put into office to do our bidding, who have done absolutely nothing to make us happy. But anyway, Trump is doing it. Trump is going to, y'all don't understand what's about to happen. The middle class is about to be in a great position. And because he is going to fix things. And you don't understand that. I mean, you'll never get down to a 50-cent loaf of bread again, but you will have enough money in your pocket to where it at least equals out to that. That's what's going to happen. He is trying to revive America to be a place that is self-sufficient, that can do the thing. People would be scared of us if we look. It works like this, and everybody goes, "No, everybody gonna work a tariff with us." No, when they need somebody to fight, they don't call somebody else. They call America. They call us. When they need money, we'll go in debt to help everybody else but ourselves. That's what I'm getting at in our cities. We got to quit going in debt, help ourselves. We got to help yourself be a better person, help your neighborhood, help your neighbors, help your county, help your cities, help your state, help your government, help the world. That's what we do. But we sometimes the politicians, because they figure out a way to make money fall out of their pockets while it's going to Zelensky and people like that, they just jump over everything local. Think about if they spent that money locally with all of us. Think about if they came in and fixed everything. I mean, Jackson's getting more than their fair share when we rebuild the water system. And then they're all mad because they want to raise rates. And it's going to go up $6 or $7. And it's why? Because 30% of them don't want to pay. Well, why don't they cut the water off to them? Oh, you can't do that. Yes, you can. If people are not going to try to take care of themselves, there's a point where you have to give them some hard love, period. If you don't want to be better, you're never going to be better, okay? And if you want to sit around and complain and just, I see them talking about the money like it's, they're cutting all our money. They're cutting all our food. They're saying we can't buy Coca-Cola on food stamps no more. So what? Our job is not for you to have the luxuries, the things. I mean, I know that you can take those food stamps and you can go in there and get nothing but steak and enjoy steak every night. Now, those of us on a budget, we can't even reach in our pocket and know we can get any steak. But, that's that. Got to understand there's time and a place for everything. And time and place is now for Trump, and time and a place for me to leave. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Jameson Haygood is next on WYAB.